Hey guys, this is just a follow-up to the video I posted over the weekend on the GoPro Hero 6. There might be a problem with its firmware, so stick around and find out what I'm talking about. Alright, so I'm going to try and make this video pretty quick because this is not really the topic of this channel. But I feel compelled to put this video out because I made such a big deal of getting the Hero 6. So I want to make sure that anybody that decides to follow my footsteps and buys the GoPro Hero 6 knows a couple things about the problems that I ran into. So when I bought the camera, I brought it home, I immediately charged it, and I upgraded the firmware. The newest firmware for the Hero 6 is 1.51, I believe. When I did that, I didn't have any problems doing that. I charged the camera, I went out, I made my video at 1080p 60, and everything worked fine. Now, at the beginning of the video I posted, I made kind of a comment about how I thought I bought the wrong kind of SD card for it, and I had problems. I didn't think it was fast enough to handle the video load that was happening in the Hero 6. Well, I think that was actually not true. I think that I either had, one, a bad camera, which is possible, which would go to a quality control issue perhaps, or there is a problem with the firmware. Now, I had posted my video, I had a viewer come on and say something to the effect that they were having a problem with their GoPro. I went and checked out their video, which then led me to the online community for GoPro, the forums, and there was a whole host of problems potentially with this 1.51 firmware. So I think it's a pretty good bet that it is the firmware, but I'm not going to know that because what I did was I returned my camera, got a new one, and decided not to upgrade my firmware this time around. So it's one or the other. So anyway, what was happening was when I would take off and I would set my camera to a specific resolution, field of view, and turn the image stabilization on or off, it would work fine on the initial set. Then when I was riding, if I wanted to change that frame of view or the resolution, for example, if I wanted to go to 4K or something like that, it just would result in like super choppy video. It would look like the image stabilization wasn't working right. It was like trying to compensate, but it was compensating completely wrong, and it was completely unusable video. I was able to show this last night. I went out and did a ride. I'm going to run some of that as B-roll right now of the kind of results I was getting when I switched resolutions during a ride. To say the least, guys, I was pretty upset about this because it's a brand new camera and you want it to work right. I spent a lot of money on it, and I really feel like for that kind of money, these kinds of things shouldn't happen. So I went, returned the camera, got a different one, didn't upgrade the firmware, and then I was able to produce what I'm showing now. So that video is much cleaner. I was able to switch resolutions while I was doing the ride, and everything worked just fine. So just a note to any of you guys who are out there and wanting to get a new GoPro Hero 6, be cautious. Check out the forums and maybe think twice about upgrading the firmware from 1.0 to 1.51. Maybe wait for the next release. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to wait for the next release of firmware and go ahead and upgrade then. If it turns out it was just a bad sample of the camera that I had, nothing bad should happen. But if it does turn out to be a firmware issue, hopefully that will be solved in the next round. I know the guys out on the forum have posted it. GoPro is now aware of the problem, and hopefully they will work to correct it. So anyway, I just wanted to get that information out to you guys, just as kind of a PSA, I guess, and let you know the problems I had with the camera. I do believe I have that resolved. I should be getting my microphone adapter tomorrow, so I should just be able to move forward and continue making videos about the motorcycle and whatever else topics that come to mind while I'm continuing this channel. Until then, guys, Thank you for watching. Thank you for feedback. And I promise to get back to more motorcycle related content very soon. Thanks.